Good day, everyone. My name is Abdullah Abiodun Ibrahim. I teach economics at Nigeria Tulip International College. I will be taking you through the 2017 UTME. It has 40 questions. We are going to treat today 1 to 20, and subsequently we are going to treat the remaining 21 to 40. Have a wonderful being. Let's start with question 1. The arithmetic mean of 2, 3, 5, 8, z, 10, and 12 is 7. Is equal to 7. What is the value of z? Here, what we need to do is to sum up these. These are the stages. For instance, let's look at this now. Now you add this value, 2, 3, this plus z. Right? And we said this is equal to 7. This is 7 is equal to 7 divided by their numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 in number. So first of all, what we did here is to find the value, to find the formula for mean, which is x bar is equal to sum of x's over n. So this represents our n, and these are the summation of all x's. So because we have a letter here, we cannot go on adding. We need to find the value of this z. So which means that when you add all these one together, they give us 40. 40 plus z is equal to 7 over 1. And of course, you have to divide it by the number of their value, which is over 7. So when you cross multiply this, you have 40 plus z is equal to 7 times 9, 7 is 49. So by the time you have it, make z the subject of the formula, which is equal to 49 minus 40, and the answer is 9. Our answer here is B. Now let's move to the next stage, which is question 2 of the same UTME 2017. The most important function of agriculture to Nigerian economy is what? Food is the first thing that one think of. That is the purpose of agriculture. When you feed yourself, you can think of raw materials and other things. Our answer here is A. Let's move firstly to question 3. Now, looking at this question, UTME 2017 question 3. Given the demand and supply, we are given value 15 minus 2p, and the supply is 5 plus 3p. What you need to do here before the procedure is equate QD, quantity demanded, with quantity supply. So you could see that when you equate, you have 15 minus 2p is equal to 5 plus 3p. Collect the like terms, you have 15 minus 5 is equal to 2p plus 3p. So then you minus this from this, you have 10 is equal to 5p. So divide all through by 5. So you have 2 here, then p is equal to 2 naira. So which is the answer. And of course, the process is not different from what we have in the board. This is a process, but I decided not to show it initially for you to take you through the calculation. This is what they call the equilibrium price, which is 2 naira. Let's move to question 4, which is the scale of preference referred to as what? So scale of preference, when you scale your preference, means that you arrange your wants according to how you need them most. So that is what the scale of preference is all about. Consumer want in order of priority. We all have priority. If I arrange my priority now, you will see that my want will vary according to how I prefer them. So also another one. We can't have the same scale of preference. Is bound to be different. Now, question 5. One of the basic assumptions of monopoly is what? There are several there. All other assumptions here are the assumption of perfect competition, except B, which has to do with, it has a choice to be made from either fixing the price or fixing the output. But note, This or implies that you cannot do both at the same time. You have to do one. So, and when you look at this diagram, this represents the quantity. This is the maximum quantity you can produce. And when you trace it, this is demand line. When you trace it, this one down to this, then automatically you get the price is charging. The monopoly is charging P1. So you can either fix the price and allow the market to select the quantity they want to purchase, or fix the quantity and allow the market to determine the price. So what we are saying here by implication, that two decisions of the price cannot be taken at the same time. So it's bound to take one, price or output. We are moving to question 6. The major advantage of public limited liability company over a private limited liability company. Now, public limited liability company are companies that public subscribes shares, meaning that a shareholder is a part owner of the company. So, while private limited liability company shares are not publicly disposed to individuals. So, and that make it significant in finding the answer. So, why in public limited liability I may decide to transfer my shares by selling to another person and have it in his own name after the conclusion of the agreement. But in private limited liability, there is no transferability of shares. So that is the only thing that distinguishes them. So in public limited liability, right, supersede private limited liability in the area of transferability of shares. Question 7. The main activities of upstream sector in Nigeria is, there are two sectors. We have the upstream and downstream. The upstream meaning that the extraction of oil, and that is what we have put the oil rig to look at the layers of the sand, rock, and formation. You can see it, oil and gas is sitting beneath the soil, far. So it has to be, they have to drill it, right, to the core of where the mineral resources is lying before they could bring it out. And that is what upstream is talking about. It's about the extraction of crude oil, while downstream is talking about retailing and selling of the final product. Then number 8, the natural, this word is very key, natural growth rate. That is, of population is calculated by, for you to know the growth, whether a population is growing or reducing, you have to look at the number of people that are giving birth to and the number of people that has answered the call of nature. By this, what we mean that are dead. So find the difference between the dead, the living, and the dead. We give you natural growth rate, and we could see here we have birth rate minus death rate. That makes our answer to be D. Now moving again to question 9, the study of age structure, very key, age structure in any population is important. Why is it important that we find the age structure? Those are between 1 to 10, those are between 20 to 30, or you can talk about 18 to 60, the working class. Why is it important? We could see that it assists government, right, to do what? To provide the government with statistics, that means data on the size of labor force. Our labor force ranges between 18 to maybe 60 years. That is the active years, right, that you can tag as the working population. And our answer here is D. Our answer is D, as you can see. Then we have question 10. If the demand for palm oil is for the purpose of soap making, right, or cooking, that means that the palm oil is demanded to serve two purposes. So it can be used for soap as well as cooking. Such kind of demand is to be composite demand, when a product can serve two or more purposes at the same time. It's regarded as composite demand. Let's move to question 11 of the same 2017 UTME. The institution established to enhance the activities of Nigeria export is, we have in Nigeria a government institution that is shouldered with the responsibility of gathering the exporters, educating them, and providing necessary assistance for them in order for them to have a safe trip for their export products. And that body in Nigeria is Export Promotion Council. Nigeria Export Promotion Council. Then we have the 12, number 12, from the pie chart. The percentage contribution of entrepreneur is what? We have to identify entrepreneur here, and it has 20, the percentage. So we have to convert the degrees into percentage, and we have 120 over 360 degree multiplied by 100 over 1, because we are looking at the percentage. So we could cancel this here 1, this here 3. So 3 here 1, 3 here, we have 33.33%. So our answer lies in B. So moving to question 13. A sustained increase in per capita income, right, accompanied by an increase in output is what? Then what per capita income means is the income per head. That is the individual average income from the national income. So by so doing, we can look at the options, and matter of per capita income has to do with economic development. Economic development. That is the answer. The answer is C. Question 14. The reward for capital as a factor of production is what? Let's look at others. The interest is capital. This is the factor, and this is the price. So rent, we pay rent on land. Profits for enterprise. Then the last one, wage for what? For labor. So here we could see vividly, capital is the factor and the reward paid is interest. So our answer is interest, A. Question 15. The type of inflation that emanates from excess demand over supply. Meaning that excess demand, excess demand over supply. Demand is greater than the supply. So we have it as demand pull inflation. At any time when the quantity demanded in the market, right, we have excess demand than what is supply. It's referred to, and it triggers inflation. It's referred to as demand pull inflation. But there is another one that I want you to know, which is cost push inflation. So when the wages, right, increase to the extent that it adjusts the scale of production and it builds into cost, higher cost that trigger into high prices, then you say you have cost push, because that type of inflation is caused by increase in the wages, which built up the production cost and invariably passed to the consumer and triggered inflation. So cost push is wage-related inflation, while demand pull is excess demand above the supply. Question 16. Which of the following problems is associated with national income measurement? There are several of them that you can talk. You can talk about double counting. You can talk about many others. But inflation, right, can make the the measurement, right, of national income to either be accurate, inaccurate, or underestimated, because it means that fluctuation in prices. So if you have persistent rise in the price level, or you have persistent fall in the price level, it's a distortion in the measurement of the national income. So our answer is B. Let's look at question 17. The freedom of consumption and production are characteristics of what? So where consumer sovereignty is guaranteed is in the capitalist economy, where means of production and distribution are owned by private individuals without government intervention. Question 18. The cost of raw materials. The cost of raw materials in production is an example of variable. These are usable items which are needed in the production. So once they feature in production, they diminish until they finish and they never come to replace until you replace them. So they are known as variable cost. 19. Foreign exchange control in Nigeria is administered by the Central Bank of Nigeria. It is the sole regulator of the foreign exchange control because Nigeria earns all foreign earnings through its banker, and the banker to the government is the Central Bank of Nigeria. So the last question on this tray is 20. The volume of output in an economy is determined by the output in an economy. Is determined by the foreign exchange, the standard of living, the population density of the country, the efficiency of the use of factors of production. The answer is D. So for you to produce, you need what? Certain factors of production, and you need to combine them efficiently for you to turn out large volume of production or output in the economy. So to this is the end of the first phase. We shall continue subsequently in the second phase. Thank you.